Welcome to part 19 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and today we're going to investigate because Will Powers is literally all but not guilty at this point. And it turns out the director or the producer may have a hand in Jack Hammer's murder. Even worse, we also found out that Jack Hammer was indeed the person under the mask. And we also found out now that Maya can no longer keep control of Mia, so she's fully exhausted. So everything went completely full circle. All we practically need to do is find out exactly what it is that Jack Hammer was doing dressed up as the Steel Samurai, and more importantly, we heard something about an accident happening, which is why Jack Hammer backed away from heroic roles. And we'll find out exactly what's going on today. But first things first, we need to find out something else. The director, the only person that did not go to trial. Now then, we can talk to Maya, but I think our next move will have to go to the detention center. Because it's the only way we can actually get some information about the director. After all, Will Powers worked at Global Studios anyway. So let's see if we can get the big log to talk, or it'll be once again a non-disclosed agreement. By the way, Maya's pretty much starting to be more hilarious as time goes on. And of course, she didn't really see everything that happened in the trial because she was, well, possessing, or should I say being possessed by Mia, so at that point in time, Mia knows what happened and Maya doesn't, which is why she's clueless at the time. And at this point, Will Powers is talking about how Dee Vasquez saved Global Studios from near bankruptcy. I mean, it's amazing how she did it. But she practically made sure that Global Studios was picked up off of the ground and turned into a mega production studio. That's what I meant to say. I stammered again. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, Salmonella, the only reason why Salmonella actually became a big shot movie director was because of Vasquez. And as a result, Salmonella is more of a sadomasochist. No, not a sadomasochist, an actual masochist. There is actually a picture out in the ether on the internet of Salmonella being used as a chair by Dee Vasquez, which is rather weird. But unfortunately, everybody, when asked about this incident, well, the incident that's involving Will Powers, no, not Will Powers, but Jack Hammer, because Will Powers basically idolized Jack Hammer just like Olbag did. So the fact of him just dropping off the face of the earth and taking small for penny roles is something that is not normal unless there's something terrible that happened. And then the big coincidence happens when Will Powers revealed that he just stopped taking roles altogether, or at least big roles, at the same exact time Dee Vasquez first came to Global Studios. And now the plot thickens. So we can't really ask too much of Will Powers. Jack Hammer is dead. Why do I keep mixing up the damn victim and the defendant? Whatever the case, we'll just walk up to Olbag, who is pissed off at us. Absolutely pissed off. So pissed off that she's just standing there stoic. Maya's gonna mess with her, isn't she? Yep, she's gonna continue to mess with her. God damn it, Maya. I mean, you're cute, but there's just sometimes... you push your luck. And by that, I mean she's going to try to steal a donut. Wow. And 2-1, she's going to react to that. Seriously, you've got a very mischievous side, Maya. And old Bash, still stoic. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Wow. And then you talk to her. Unfortunately, we kind of have to actually talk to her because it's the only way for her to actually move things along. And one thing that is mentioned, Goldbag mentions that D. Vasquez gets her way no matter what. And unfortunately, old Bag is pretty much not obligated to say any more for now. Give it time. Meanwhile, the only thing we know about Salmonella is, once again, he's practically a masochist who loves to be treated like dirt by D. Vasquez. But then again, have you seen D. Vasquez? Well, original D. Vasquez. I mean, she's not that bad looking of a person. Anyway, as soon as you mention Mr. Hammer, however, oh boy. She's pissed that she found out that you pretty much accused Jack Hammer of something that ended up happening to him. Well, there's no use talking to her this time. And unfortunately, we won't be able to end this episode until we actually convince her otherwise. So we'll have to worry about that a little bit later. But yes, Wendy Oldbag is a huge Jack Hammer fan, and let's just be honest, she would actually snap at the dime of somebody defaming Jack Hammer. And you know what, now that I stop and think about it, there was something I missed before I actually finished the second day investigation. I should have checked the plant while Maya was being possessed by Mia, but I forgot to do that. That was actually an, I do believe, 3DS achievement, if I'm not mistaken. So, after old Back throws her tantrum, just come here to the employee area, sorry. And as it stands, remember folks, that bottle of sleeping pill happened to be right next to the lunch, which was actually knocked down by Cody when he snuck in. Like I said, that kid literally cracked his case open. And speaking of cracking cases, Gumshoe is here. And needless to say, Gumshoe just scared the crap out of everybody. So, with all due respect, Gumshoe, at least the investigation would have actually turned up some fruit, at least. Needless to say, the poor guy still gets it rough. Unfortunately, Edgeworth is still pissed off at the fact that he is slowly but surely losing yet another case to Phoenix Wright. He lost the last one despite the fact that he literally had the law on his side. And also had a blackmailer too, but still. It seems that I'm right. Gumshoe is pretty much just worried about Edgeworth, and obviously so. He's extremely loyal to him. But nonetheless, he also examined the plate on the table. So basically speaking, he's here to see if there truly is sleeping powder or sleeping pills on the food. And if there is sleeping pills, then it is indeed exactly what Phoenix Wright said. Jack Hammer really did poison Will Powers, or at least drugged him. Kinda sucked that he'd do that, but he has his reasons. So on that note, let's talk to him. Of course, if you talk to him on the plate first, I'm pretty sure he will mention that he has the ability to make an examination without having to go to forensics. Oh boy. Speaking of that, here's a word of warning. Gumshoe's doing this by default is all well and good, but later, in Rise from the Ashes, you're gonna hate having to deal with forensics yourself, because that's pretty much the gist of the entirety of that case. Oh, you are going to hate that. But nonetheless, after he does the forensics, the stick plate is now evidence. And it's best to choose both of them. Oh, and as far as the last two options, it's best to read through both, so at least you'll find out what's going on with Edgeworth. And Edgeworth is so steamingly pissed again. He's about to lose another case, but more importantly, it's a case that involves his actual favorite cartoon of all time. Yes, Edgeworth is a huge Steel Samurai fan. And ironically enough, by the beginning of Ace Attorney Justice for All, so is Phoenix Wright. And with that said, even though there's no suspect, and it's pretty much the fact that Will Powers did nothing wrong, the detectives are still being pressured to go after him. And as it stands, Edgeworth was practically screwed on that regard. So on that note, we're gonna have to talk to Penny in the dressing room. By the way, Penny's name, Penny Nichols. Ah, God damn it, Capcom, you and the puns. I mean, it took like several parts for me to actually figure it out, but yes, that's her name, Penny Nichols. But she has a terrible announcement that Steel Samurai is going to end to try to cover up the fact that the lead character and also the villain are both involved in the murder case. And the villain ended up dead, but that's not the point. Penny actually thought that Jack Hammer thought that the Steel Samurai went to Studio 1, and it turns out Jack Hammer went to Studio 2. And Obag inadvertently caught him. And it turns out that D. Vasquez is blackmailing Jack Hammer. Something bad happened to Jack Hammer, and it's high time that Penny starts spouting it. non-disclosures is not going to help the fact that D. Vasquez is now a person of interest. She's... Maya's fuming because she knows what dirt is. She doesn't know that dirt's slang for a crime. And here's the thing. Jackhammer accidentally killed somebody in the, he accidentally killed a fellow actor in the middle of a scene. That is exactly what Penny just revealed. And unfortunately, with Jackhammer dead, the show really can't go on because he was practically the evil magistrate. And with that said, the execs wanted to actually shut down, they wanted to shut down Steel Samurai to try to make sure that the kids don't get traumatized and stuff like that. And also for PR moves. By the way, speaking of PR moves, like the CW is having their own PR problem when somebody on the set of Batwoman ended up getting paralyzed. It's something to that effect right here, except the person's still alive but just can't feel her legs. So with that said, for Penny Nichols, in order for her to continue this dialogue, you're gonna have to show Penny Nichols the Path to Glory, which, by the way, shows Penny that the studio execs are wrong about trying to cancel Steel Samurai, because Cody Hackins literally documented every single win the Steel Samurai has ever done in his entire career. So yeah, those are dedicated fans. And now, we get to find out 5 years ago about the accident, about somebody dying. Because rumors tend to spread, however, the rumors never left Global Studio until now. Somebody died and it was Hammer's fault. And unfortunately, D. Vasquez just so happened to be on the scene. And with that said, in order for to keep what happened to Jackhammer from going to the press, D had that particular incident over Jackhammer and forced him to work really shitty roles after that. However, this evil magistrate wasn't really that shitty, it's just the fact that he was getting paid less. So there is that factor. And Old Bag, unfortunately, knows more about the whole ordeal than what Penny does. And, unfortunately, Old Bag is in her feelings right now. She is in a mood. Oh, Lord. Well, with that said, we've actually talked as much as we could, or at least got as much information as we could from Penny Nichols. So with that said, we're going to move back to the studio gate, and we'll find out what truly happened to Jackhammer in part 20. This is part 19. Sorry about that. This is RVman985. See you guys next time, because D. Vasquez has a lot of explaining to do. Peace out.